There are moments in life when the weight of pain feels endless. It creeps into our mornings, shadows our nights, and whispers that nothing will ever change. We carry silent scars, unseen by others, yet heavy in our own hearts. For some, pain is a memory of loss. For others, it is the quiet ache of unfulfilled dreams or the relentless echo of doubt. But here's the truth. Healing is not something that waits outside of us. Healing begins the moment we decide to stop running from our pain and choose instead to face it, to breathe through it, and to let it go. Healing is the art of transformation, of turning wounds into wisdom, of releasing what no longer serves us, and of stepping forward with courage even when the path feels uncertain. This is not a lecture, nor a set of cold techniques. This is a story, a conversation, a reminder that every single one of us carries the power of natural transformation inside. And this journey of healing, of letting go, of becoming someone new, is not just about you alone. It is about us, about community healing, about the way your transformation inspires another and how theirs in turn strengthens you. Over the next moments, we will walk together through a transformation journey. We will explore what it means to release the identity of a victim, how knowledge and daily practice shape real change, why discomfort is the birthplace of growth, and how consistency makes mastery feel like breathing. You will see that pain is not the end of your story. Pain is a messenger, and once you hear its message, you are free to let go of the past. So take a breath. Imagine this not as a lecture, but as a quiet walk together, side by side. With every word, may you feel a little lighter, a little freer, and more ready to embrace the healing that already lives within you. The moment you stop being a victim, life has a way of convincing us that we are powerless. Maybe you have felt it, the sinking belief that your circumstances control you, that pain defines you, that the world decides your worth. This is the victim mindset, and it keeps so many people stuck in cycles of pain. But transformation begins with one radical truth. You are not a victim. You are a creator. The difference is subtle yet profound. A victim says, "Life happens to me." A creator says, "I shape my reality through my choices, my thoughts, and my emotions." This is where emotional freedom begins. Think about it. Two people can face the same loss, the same heartbreak, the same pain, yet one crumbles while the other rises. What makes the difference? Not the event itself, but the meaning they give it, the way they allow it to shape their transformation journey. When you step out of the victim role, you reclaim the pen that writes your story. You stop waiting for someone else to rescue you and instead realize that healing is within you. You begin to practice self-healing meditation, not as an escape from pain, but as a way to sit with it, to understand it, and to release it. This shift does not happen overnight. Some days, the voice of the victim will be loud, whispering that you are stuck, that you cannot let go, that the past will always define you. But every time you pause, breathe, and choose differently, you are creating natural transformation within yourself. Here are 3 practices to anchor this new mindset. Notice the story you're telling yourself. When pain arises, ask, "Am I telling myself that I am powerless?" Simply noticing the story is the first step to change. Rewrite the script. Replace "I can't" with "I can try." Replace "I am broken" with "I am healing." Small shifts in language create large shifts in reality. Practice daily affirmation. Each morning, repeat a phrase that empowers you. I am not my pain. I am the creator of my transformation. As you practice, something incredible begins to happen. The pain does not disappear instantly, but it loses its grip. You realize that letting go of the past is not about erasing memory, but about refusing to let it define your present. You see healing not as a faraway dream, but as a step you take every day. This is the first doorway to transformation, the moment you stop being a victim and begin living as a creator. Once you step through, the world looks different. Pain becomes a teacher, not a prison. Healing becomes a practice, not a miracle waiting outside. And freedom, real emotional freedom, becomes possible. Knowledge is powerful, but knowledge alone does not change a life. We live in a world overflowing with books, podcasts, and endless advice. You can read about healing, watch others speak of transformation, even memorize words about letting go of pain. But until those words sink from your mind into your body, until they become lived experience, nothing truly shifts. Real change begins when knowledge is lived, when it becomes a practice. That is where transformation happens. Think of it this way. Reading about swimming will not keep you afloat. You can study diagrams, understand the mechanics of the stroke, and repeat every fact about water safety. Yet the moment you fall into a river, only practice saves you. Knowledge prepares the mind, but repeated experience trains the body and rewires the soul. The same is true of healing. You can learn that self-healing meditation helps calm the nervous system. You can understand intellectually that gratitude rewires the brain, or that emotional freedom comes when you let go of the past. But unless you practice, unless you sit down each day, close your eyes and breathe into the present moment, these truths remain words on a page. Transformation requires that you live what you learn. There is a bridge between the mind and the body, between understanding and becoming. That bridge is practice. Every time you repeat a meditation, you carve a new path in your brain. Every time you choose gratitude instead of complaint, you strengthen resilience. Every time you pause and breathe instead of reacting in anger, you step into your transformation journey. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. At first, it feels clumsy, forced, even awkward, like learning a new language. But slowly, repetition transforms effort into flow. What once required conscious choice becomes your natural state. That is natural transformation at work, invisible at first, unstoppable over time. Pain has a way of pulling us back into old habits. When pain whispers, "Nothing will ever change," the victim mindset reappears. This is why knowledge alone is not enough. The mind may understand the path forward, but the body remembers the old story. Practice is what trains the body to let go of the past. Practice is what teaches your nervous system to trust healing, and practice is what transforms pain into wisdom. Imagine someone who has read about meditation for years but never practiced. When crisis strikes, knowledge may comfort for a moment, but it cannot calm the storm inside. Now imagine someone who practices self-healing meditation each day. When crisis arrives, their body already knows the way back to calm because the practice has been lived, not just learned. 3 simple practices to live what you learn. Daily embodiment ritual. Each morning, choose one principle you've learned, gratitude, stillness, or compassion, and practice it for 5 minutes. This anchors knowledge into lived experience. Pain as teacher journal. When pain surfaces, instead of resisting, ask, "What is this pain teaching me?" Write down the answer. Over time, you will see your pain guiding you toward transformation, not away from it. Micro meditations. Throughout the day, pause for 60 seconds of breathing. This is self-healing meditation in its simplest form. A way to remind the body of freedom, even in small moments. The journey from theory to transformation is the journey of becoming. It is not enough to know that healing is possible. You must practice it. It is not enough to understand the value of letting go. You must live the release in your daily life. As you practice, something profound happens. Pain loosens its hold. Emotional freedom becomes more than a dream. Healing shifts from being a possibility to being your reality. Knowledge awakens the mind. Practice rewires the body. Together, they create transformation. And when you live what you learn, you are no longer just reading about the path, you are walking it. Step by step, breath by breath, you become the person your heart has been waiting for. We live in a time when healing often feels like something external. The right doctor, the perfect treatment, the next supplement, the miracle cure. And while these have value, the deeper truth is this: healing is within you. Science confirms what ancient wisdom has always whispered. Our thoughts, emotions, and intentions shape the body. The mind and body are not separate. When you shift your inner world, your outer world begins to change. This is not magic, it is biology. Research has shown that meditation can lower stress hormones, boost immune function, and even influence the expression of genes. Gratitude has been linked to lower inflammation. Emotional release has been tied to improved heart health. Every thought, every feeling is a signal to your body, either opening the door to healing or keeping you locked in pain. This means that transformation is not limited by your past, your age, or your diagnosis. The moment you decide to engage in self-healing meditation, the moment you choose to breathe, to visualize, to align your heart with peace, you begin the journey of natural transformation. When we carry unresolved pain, the body remembers. Stress tightens the chest, grief weakens the lungs, anger hardens the stomach. The body keeps score of what the mind tries to forget. But the reverse is also true. When we practice healing, the body remembers peace. With each meditation, each moment of gratitude, each act of forgiveness, you are literally teaching your cells a new way to live. This is healing not as theory, but as lived reality. Practices for inner healing, 5 minutes of stillness. Each morning, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Place your hand on your heart. Remind yourself, healing is within me. Gratitude journaling. Each evening, write down 3 things you are grateful for. Gratitude is medicine for the nervous system. Visualization. Meditation. Imagine light filling every part of your body, washing away pain, restoring energy. This simple act of imagination can shift your biochemistry. The hardest part of self-healing is often believing that it is possible. We are taught to look outside ourselves for rescue. But the moment you trust that you are part of your own medicine, you begin to let go of the past. You no longer carry pain as your identity. You carry healing as your truth. Healing is not instant, and it is not always linear. Some days you will feel stronger, some days weaker. But every breath, every moment of practice, every choice to trust the body's wisdom is a step in your transformation journey. The medicine is already inside you. You only need to awaken it. Change is never comfortable. If it were, everyone would live transformed lives. But growth always carries a shadow, discomfort, fear, uncertainty. To heal, to transform, to let go of pain means stepping away from the familiar, even if the familiar is painful. We cling to old patterns because they are known. Even suffering can feel safer than the unknown. But the truth is this: transformation requires discomfort. Without stepping into the unknown, healing cannot take root. Imagine a seed breaking open in the soil. To become a tree, it must split apart, dissolve its old form, and push through the darkness. That moment of breaking is uncomfortable, but it is the only path to life. The same is true for us. To grow, we must leave behind who we were. The victim mindset, the old stories, the familiar pain. Letting go is uncomfortable because it feels like loss, but in reality, it is birth. When you face change, your body reacts with fear, the quickened heartbeat, the tightness in the chest, the restless mind. Instead of resisting, welcome these sensations. They are not signs of danger. They are signs of transformation. The unknown is not your enemy. It is the space where new life is written. Practices for embracing discomfort. Daily stretch beyond comfort. Each day, choose one small action that feels slightly uncomfortable. Speaking your truth, trying a new routine, sitting in silence. Each step rewires your brain to embrace growth. Reframe fear as growth. When fear arises, remind yourself, this is not fear of danger. This is the energy of transformation. Journal the unknown. Write down what you fear about change. Then write one possibility that excites you. Notice how pain and hope live side by side. Discomfort is not a punishment. It is a doorway. Each time you walk through it, you expand your freedom. Healing requires discomfort, because only by leaving the old can we enter the new. Transformation is not built on grand gestures. It is built on small, consistent steps. Consistency creates mastery. When you meditate daily, when you return again and again to the practice of healing, you are aligning your mind and heart until they move as one. At first, it feels like effort, but with time, consistency turns effort into ease. Think of a river carving a canyon. It is not one flood that shapes the land, but the quiet persistence of water flowing day after day. Your healing works the same way. Each moment of meditation, each act of letting go, each choice for peace is a drop of water shaping your future. Creating daily rituals. Morning meditation. Begin the day with 10 minutes of self-healing meditation. Breathe, visualize, set the tone of healing before the world distracts you. Evening reflection. End the day by writing one way you grew today. This is how you honor the process of natural transformation. Sacred space. Create a small corner with a candle, a cushion, or a journal. Return there daily. This is your sanctuary of healing. Consistency is the soil of mastery. Without it, transformation fades. With it, healing becomes your second nature. When you look back months later, you will see not one dramatic moment, but thousands of small choices that together rewrote your life. Transformation is not a destination, it is a process. Becoming your new self is like the unfolding of seasons, subtle, steady, and full of grace. Some days you will feel progress. Other days you may feel like nothing is changing. Do not be discouraged. Healing is rarely linear. Pain may resurface. Old patterns may call you back. But every step, even the ones that feel like setbacks, is part of the journey. A flower does not bloom overnight. It grows silently beneath the soil before it reveals its beauty. The same is true of you. Even when you cannot see change, transformation is happening within. Persistence is your ally. Patience is your strength. Gentleness is your guide. Instead of demanding instant results, learn to celebrate small victories. A calmer breath, a kinder thought, a single day without the weight of old pain. These are signs of becoming. The process of transformation is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming who you were always meant to be. While healing is deeply personal, it is never only personal. We are not meant to walk this road alone. Community healing magnifies transformation. When we meditate together, when we share stories, when we hold space for each other's pain, something powerful happens. Our individual healing becomes collective strength. Studies have shown that group meditation can reduce stress in entire communities. Shared rituals create waves of calm. When one person heals, the people around them feel it. Your transformation journey is not just for you. It is a gift to those you love, to those who witness your growth, to those who will be inspired to begin their own healing. Healing is contagious. Transformation spreads. Community healing is proof that we rise higher when we rise together. You have walked with me through pain, healing, letting go, and transformation. We have explored the truth that you are not a victim, but a creator. That knowledge lived through practice creates real change. That the medicine is already inside you. That discomfort is the doorway to growth. That consistency makes mastery natural. That transformation is a process. And that community healing amplifies it all. Now the question is, what story will you choose to live? Pain is not the end of your story. Healing is not beyond your reach. Transformation is already unfolding within you. Every breath, every choice, every act of letting go writes the new chapter. Step into it gently, bravely, consistently. Let go of the past. Embrace your healing, trust your transformation, and live the story your heart has been waiting for.